Hey there, Nona Jones here, and welcome to this week's edition of Let's Talk. I've spent the last few weeks talking about how to build emotional resilience. And if you missed those, please go into my playlists because you can check out my entire Let's Talk catalog. But the 4-part series covered everything from how to build self-awareness to self-compassion, how to deal with rejection, and just what is resilience anyway. This week, I want to pivot a little bit to talk about something that's really, really near and dear to my heart, because I have a feeling that if you're anything like me, right now we are in March. If you're anything like me, you probably set some goals toward the end of last year, coming into this year, and you were on fire to achieve those goals, but you may be further from the finish line than you want to be. And so what I want to talk about today is something that is absolutely critical to your ability to accomplish the dreams, the goals, and the desires that you have in your heart. And sometimes we think that the issue is the goal that we've set. We think the problem is that, maybe the goal is too big, but I just want to assure you that your goal is not too big. Sometimes it's that your willpower is simply too weak. And I'm going to tell you about myself before I even get into the principles that I want you to apply to start building the muscle of your willpower. So if you've seen my podcast or listened to my podcast, I did an episode where I was talking about how I lost 100 pounds and how I've maintained that weight loss for the last over 12 years. And I need to tell you that many times people look at me today and I'm, in relatively good shape, but they look at me today and they just assume that that's been my entire experience. As a matter of fact, I remember one time I was out at a coffee shop. I was eating a brownie or something, and a woman, she walked by and she saw what I was eating and she looked at me and she said, "It must be nice to be able to eat that and be skinny." And I just thought that was hilarious because I was like, ma'am, there is not a skinny cell, Golgi body, or mitochondria in my entire body. This is the result of work, effort, diligence, and discipline. And y'all, if I don't do what I need to do, I see pretty quickly the results of not doing what I need to do because genetically I am predisposed to be overweight. And so, I was actually categorized as morbidly obese for many, many years of my life. Throughout childhood, young adulthood, I remember being made fun of. I was called Miss Piggy. I was called Fatty Pants. I was never the girl that guys wanted. I was just always overweight. And, going into adulthood, I actually ended up losing some weight in college because I was doing a lot of walking. I wasn't eating as much as usual because I was getting to classes and I was just really, really busy. So I lost weight, but then after getting married and kind of settling into marriage, I started to gain the weight back because my habits just kind of devolved back to some of the bad things I was doing. So I wasn't working out. I was not eating right at all. And so I gained a significant amount of weight. Then I got pregnant with my first son and of course gained weight with that pregnancy, but I didn't work it off. I got pregnant with my second son and I was already significantly overweight. But then even after giving birth to him, I will never forget, y'all, because, people say things like, oh, after you have the baby, you'll lose the weight. Y'all, I remember my son, he was like 7 pounds, 15 ounces. I remember I got on the scale before he was born. I got on the scale after he was born. And I promise you, the only weight I lost was him. 7 pounds, 15 ounces. I lost like 8 pounds. And so, even after I had him, a couple of months into that, I was still very, very heavy. I wasn't losing the weight, but I think I got to the point that I just decided like I was no longer willing to live the way I was living. I was chronically in pain. My joints hurt. I did not like how I looked. I couldn't really walk upstairs without breathing heavily. I felt like I was going to die every time I had to kind of exert energy. And so I just decided that I wasn't going to live that way. Now, as you may have experienced in your own life, I had done the fad diets. I had done the Atkins and the apple cider vinegar diet. I had tried just drinking nothing but water. I did Jenny Craig. I did Weight Watchers. I even did this program that a colleague of mine at work did where she lost some weight. But it was basically she had to eat like a very, very strict diet and take appetite suppressant medication. I tried that. That didn't work. I tried everything except for the one thing that I saw as the true solution, and that was eating right and exercising. Like, I had tried all the easy, quick fixes. I had tried all the things I had promised, quick results without having to change much. And even if I lost a couple pounds here and there, it would always come back with interest. And so I got to the point where I decided that I was going to do the thing that I had never done: eat right and exercise. Now, that sounds so easy as it kind of rolls off the tongue, right? I'm going to just eat right and exercise. But to actually do it required some significant changes in the way that I was living. I had to literally clean out my pantry of the food that I liked. I had to wake up early so I could actually work out before work. And then there came a certain point in my weight loss journey where I realized that if I just added a second workout, that I could actually accelerate my results. So then I had to make plans after work to go work out. I have been traveling a lot for years. And so I had to figure out how to keep my cadence of working out and eating right even when I was traveling, which was not easy, y'all. But what I really had to do, the key to all of that, is I had to build my willpower. And there's actually a difference between a wish, a goal, and a strategy. And I want to make sure I clarify this, because I think sometimes the reason why we are not achieving our goals is because we're in the realm of wish and goal, but we're not in the realm of strategy. So a wish is a desire. It's a strong desire. Like, I want to do this thing. So let's just take weight loss as an example, because that's one of the most common goals people have. I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay. That statement is a wish because it's basically expressing a desire. It doesn't become a goal until you apply a deadline to that desire. Once you apply a deadline to the desire, now you have a goal. I want to lose 20 pounds by June 30th of this year. Okay, now we have a goal. But if you only stop there, you are not going to achieve the goal, because the only way to achieve your goal is you have to have a strategy. All right. So the wish is what you want. The goal is when you want it. The strategy is how you're going to do it. I had to kind of shift myself out of the dimension of just having a goal to lose weight to actually having a strategy. And so once I decided what I wanted to do, I had to actually block time on my calendar to work out. I had to clean out my pantry. I had to go grocery shopping, buy new healthy food. There were actions that I had to take in order to accomplish the goal that supported my wish. Okay. And I think for some of us, we get so locked into the wish and we don't actually apply a deadline or a plan. And so we wonder why we keep spinning in circles and we end up discouraged. I spent many, many years discouraged because I had this deep desire to lose weight, but I didn't understand that desire alone was not enough. So I want to give you just a few, this is what I love to do, is I like to give you just practical takeaways, for everything that I offer through this kind of Let's Talk series. And so I want to give you just 5 thoughts. This is a 5-step action plan for how to get started in building the muscle of your willpower. A 1998 study by a Dr. Roy Baumeister found that willpower is like a muscle. It gets stronger with use. And I need you to understand that what this means is willpower is not something you don't have. It's something that you actually have, but it needs to be trained. It needs to be strengthened. So you have to first start with the recognition that you actually have the power within you to accomplish the thing that you want to achieve. However, you're going to have to exercise that power so that it grows stronger. So 5-step action plan. The first thing I need you to do is I need you to really get clear on what are the lies that you have been believing about why you can't accomplish the thing. Like what are the beliefs that you've been holding? What are the lies that you've been allowing yourself to agree with about why you can't accomplish the thing? Let's start there. Second, you have to replace that with truth. Now, I will tell you, one of the lies that I told myself for years about my own weight loss journey is that I just can't lose weight. There's something wrong with me. Now, mind you, I had never had a medical diagnosis. I had never had that. But I just was like, something has to be wrong with me because it's hard. I conflated difficulty with ability. I basically decided that because this is hard, I can't do it. That was a lie that I told myself. But the second step is we have to replace those lies with truth. And that really is about speaking God's word over yourself. So we know Philippians chapter 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right? What that means is there are very few things that you actually cannot do. There are very few things that you cannot do, but you have to get to the place that you actually believe that. I'm of the mind that if somebody else has achieved the thing that I have in my heart to achieve, I can do it too. I mean, I have to be able to do it because somebody else who is as human as I am did it. So I just need to kind of figure out what it is that they did. And I need to figure out what the blueprint is. And then I may need to tweak it to my own personal context and kind of, unique personality traits and variables and all of that. But if somebody else achieved the thing that you have in your heart to achieve, that means it's possible. So whatever lie you're telling yourself about why you can't do it, you need to realize that if somebody else has done it, you absolutely can do it. So replace that with truth. Number 3, commit to consistency. This is so important. Transformation is not an overnight process. And God knows when things are difficult, man, it would be so nice if they were easy and quick. But a thing that is truly going to lead to transformation is most likely not going to happen overnight. So it really is about daily progress, daily commitment. I used to be a mentor with the Junior Achievement Program. This is a program that goes into schools and teaches students about economics. It teaches them about finance. And the slogan for Junior Achievement is let their success be your inspiration. What I did during my weight loss journey is I adopted that slogan, but I tweaked it. And I said, I'm going to let my success be my inspiration. I decided to just trust the process. I knew that if I did what I was supposed to do, if I just did the inputs, ate the right food, worked out when I needed to, I knew I would get results. So even when I had plateaus, when I got on the scale and it didn't move, I just recognized, okay, that is simply a sign that what got me here won't take me there. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. I just need to figure out what changes I need to make to continue making changes. All right. So commit to consistency. Number 4, take one step today. It could be a small step. It could be a big step, but take one step today. There's no such thing as the right time. And I would say that sometimes we use time in very manufactured ways. Like we say things like, for example, oh, I'm going to start my diet on Monday. Why are you waiting for Monday when you have the rest of today? Or we'll say things like, oh, I'll look into that degree this summer. Why are we waiting to do this summer what we can do this afternoon? Make the commitment to make a step. Just take a step. Do it today, all right? Last, surround yourself with growth-minded people. You need to be around people who not only believe in what you're capable of, but they believe in what they're capable of. Because when somebody believes that they're capable of something, chances are they're going to inspire you to believe it too. So just be very cognizant of the company that you keep, of the people that you allow to speak into your life, because those are the people who are either going to inspire you to greater, or they're going to actually diminish you into believing that you're not capable of what you actually are capable of. And so I hope that this helps you. And I would love to hear in the comments, just, is there a particular action that you're going to commit to take today so that you can start to build the muscle of your willpower? I believe in my heart of hearts that God is for you. I believe in my heart of hearts that there is nothing that you can ask of him that he cannot do. And I also believe in my heart of hearts that whatever desire you have in your heart, that the reality of the matter is that through Christ, you can do anything. And I want you to believe that too. If this was helpful for you, if this encouraged you or motivated you, I would encourage you to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and of course, share it with a friend or a family member who just needs this reminder, because sometimes we can forget. We can forget what we're capable of. We can forget what it is that we can do. And so I would like you just to encourage somebody else of what they are capable of. So again, I hope this was a blessing for you. And if so, please like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. And as always, it is a pleasure and a joy to get to impart into your heart and your mind. If you would like to go deeper in this journey, I have a group coaching program called Success Circle, and we would love to welcome you into the program so that we can lock arms with you and help you unlock and unleash the deep wells of potential on the inside of you. Sometimes what we just need is somebody to walk alongside of us and help us see what we can't see, because we're so focused on what's in front of us that we don't even see what's within us. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you back here again next week.